to Fast-Athon 2025. We are raising money for Able Gamers, a charity that looks to provide people with disabilities with access to video games. If you don't know much about Able Gamers, I strongly advise you check out their website and just see some of the incredible peripherals they have put together that helps make people with all manner of disabilities access and play and enjoy video games, as we've all been doing here at Fast-Athon 2025. So if you can donate, please do !donate in chat. I'm also going to say as well, apologies if you hear any noises in the background. It's not my boy's bath time yet, so he's within the vicinity. I keep telling him to be quiet, but he's not paying much attention to me. But coming up next, we have very special game coming up here. We have Kingfisher Games with the Elephant Collection and a special guest, maybe, question mark, hint, hint. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Kingfisher Games. I'm a VTuber. I'm a bird. That's the story. This isn't the first game I started toying around with running, but it's the first one I ever posted times for on speedrun.com. In fact, I met Tasselfoot at Awesome Games Done Quick 2025 and got to talking to him because I saw him in Armor Games videos. I didn't know they sell merch, and we got to talking. And so I had picked this up a few months earlier, and I started running it as soon as I got back home. Joining me today is a fellow member of the running community. I like Baguette, if you'd like to say hi.
Hello.
And very excitingly, we have the lead dev for these games. Go ahead and introduce yourself, John.
Hi everyone, I'm John Cooney, JMTB02 if you're from the internet, and yeah, I was the creator of all these games and worked at Armor Games and worked with Tasselfoot on a few of the This Is the Only Level games. I'm really happy to be here.
So the way this run is going to work is I'm going to primarily focus on just the play. I'll chip in a little bit with commentary here and there. Baguette is going to speak about some of the specific skips. We are not going to be running all 13 games in the collection. We're just going to be running This Is the Only Level, This Is the Only Level 2, and This Is the Only Level 3. Baguette will speak to some of the skips, and John is going to speak on kind of making these games in the Flash game era. This is a collection available on Steam for, what is it? I think it's $15, $20, something like that. And it's a collection of a bunch of those games you played in middle school when you should have been doing classwork. I know I did. So these have left a very big impression on me, and when I had the opportunity to actually give money to have these back, I jumped at it. So
I appreciate it.
So run's gonna start right when I enter this door. So I'll give you guys a countdown when you're ready, and time starts on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so the way these games work is I'm going to do the same level 30 times. That sounds boring. It's not. They change the rules every single time. So, for example, we just had our controls inverted. Now I click to the end of the level. And we're going to have some free-floating. And, John, if you want to chip in a little bit about some of the tricks here, because the first game goes pretty normal.
Yeah, so we worked on this game at Armor Games in about a span of 8 hours. It was a really short development cycle for this game, and the reason we made it so quickly was I was working on another game at the time, and the other game was just not fun, and I was just so angry that I'm like, I want to make something else, and this is what came out of that rage, strangely. So yeah, in this game, every single stage looks the same initially, but there's different sets of controls or gameplay features, or the button one moment opens the door, the button the next moment closes the door. There's spikes, and that's it. It's a very simple concept, and it's all wrapped around the name of each stage, which gives you a hint as to how to beat that stage, and that's just about it.
And so that last level is interesting. You're supposed to alternate A and D, but instead you can hold down D and just spam A. This one we're going to do a quick trick. We have to leave the level to come back in. But before we go play the main game again, we're going to go to credits, and we're going to unlock stage 27. That's a minor optimization that saves us a good few seconds of going in and out of game. Oh.
Yeah, so that original level, when it was first created, stage 15 rather, was really interesting at the time because what we actually did back in the Flash game days is in your browser we set a cookie, and you had to get to that level, and it would set a cookie that you were on stage 15. And then what you would do is refresh the page, and then the browser would pick up the cookie and say, oh, yeah, you actually beat this level, and then would open the door to beat the level. So it was a really interesting mechanic for its time. When the game made the jump to Steam, obviously you're not playing in a web page anymore, so that's why you now go back out to the home screen.
I also do a thing whenever I run this for a charity event. I need somebody to keep track of the amount of deaths game to game to game, because I will donate a number of dollars equal to the amount of deaths I take throughout the run. So we're already up to 4. And that number is going to reset every time we move to a next game. So I need people to be mindful of where it is at the end of each title. So
also in the development of this game, we really wanted to build a sense that the levels or the stages were changing. So all of these stages are randomly generating colors. So that last stage was peach. This level is very spinach color. And that's true for the candy stripes as well, which has been a few levels where there's actually 2 different colors of tile. And the issue is that sometimes the randomization of those colors makes it the same color, so the level is actually much more difficult, but it's a pretty rare thing.
yeah, that last one hurt. I just barely missed the gate.
Yeah. By the way, the gate in the stage 25 is basically it depends on the timer of the level that you can see at the bottom right of the screen. And every 10 seconds on this timer, the door will open for a short while. So, yeah. And you may have seen a video by Maximum Details for the Flash version of the game. There used to be a huge, like a 7-way tie, because you can't really be faster. I mean, you can be faster before the stage 25, but it doesn't matter because you have to wait until the time.
Yeah, in order to be truly faster, you have to be 10 seconds faster, which took a long time for anybody to hit. But they did reach it, and now it's back up to like a 3 or 4-way tie again.
So this is the only level 2, and this game we collaborated with a developer, runner, YouTuber named Tasselfoot, who is speedrunning Goose Game and other titles right now. And we worked together because we worked together at Armor Games. And what we did was we sat down basically together at a table, pulled out a giant pack of sticky notes, post-it notes, and just started thinking of levels and design quirks to create this game. And it was a really fun collaboration process of both designing the level and designing the outcomes of each level, and making sure, stage, and then making sure all those stages still work as the level design changed, but also the goals of each stage.
So back on level 7, I actually paused buffered so that we could finish it faster. It's a little trick that saves you a good 10 seconds. This is a little Mario reference, if I can get a wahoo from chat. There we go.
This is my favorite stage out of any of them.
The flipped
I
one?
really enjoyed how that one turned out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So on that stage, it's called Sticky Keys because you have to hit the shift button 5 times. On Windows computers, that will activate the toggle, the shortcut for sticky keys, which was very annoying for many players. I'm not actually sure if the modern version of Windows still activates sticky keys.
It does, but you can deactivate it. You can deactivate it in the Windows settings, which is what we do to make the run more consistent. So we actually disable the setting out of game to make the run less of a pain.
Yeah, so there's an undertone of just deep trolling in all these games, including the Achievement Unlock series, and basically any of my games. There's always just a little bit of trolling, and I like how Sticky Keys turned out as a level.
That is the biggest troll level, is typing the entire alphabet. This is amazing. So, this one can be a little annoying because there's a bunch of invisible blocks here. And the most annoying part is there's a couple where there's an issue with this game in a couple of places where it doesn't like you to jump if you're right at the edge of some tiles. So you think you're where you need to be, and it just goes, nope. Huh? Okay, hold on. There we go.
At this level, what happens that every time the elephant turns red, your controls are inverted, and every time it turns blue, your controls are back. Like left brings you left and right brings you right.
So this is an interesting thing. In a lot of video games, menus are kind of coded as their separate level. This one, you just happen to actually play the level. So, yeah. I think you...
I really like this one, too.
Yeah,
Go
I remember you saying I was the first person to identify this as a Pokemon thing after it being out for 15 years or something like that. Oh.
Yeah, oh my gosh. It took forever for someone to finally get that reference. I really appreciate it. This level's also really grueling.
Evil. There we go.
I've gotten the most complaints about this level from... Sorry, I keep interchanging level and stage. I guess it is the only level, but that's the one that people complain the most about.
Yeah, that's the one that's killed more of my runs than any other.
Yeah, if you want to be fast on the death from above and below level, the optimal strategy is very risky to go for. I myself tend to go for a safer strat that uses a bit of time but is more consistent. And this one too is difficult for speedrunning. You have to get 50 of these blocks colored, which may be familiar to you if you know the achievement unlocked games actually. Yeah, the difficulty can be that sometimes you want to move just a tiny bit to the right to color a block, but you end up moving into the spike, and restarting just takes a lot of time off. It just takes a lot of time. It can be bad.
Okay, so we're up to 17 deaths so far across the two games. Now it's on to the third level. Overshot. Okay. Got a little bit of lag spike there for some reason, but that's fine. So we traded
Garbage collection.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. We trade the button for doors and a lever. Go ahead. Yeah. Garbage collection and flash. Acids.
Yeah, unloading the last big game and starting the next one. It spikes a little bit because garbage collection is automatic in flash. I can't trigger it, so I have ways to cheat it. But yeah, it's awful.
So this is a little thing we try to do. So there we go, we got the skip. So what's going to happen is that pastry is going to stay depressing that button, so we can just go straight through the doors on the next level.
Yeah. Level 5, stage 5, you normally have to shoot pastries onto the button, but they stay in between stages. So, might as well put them here on level stage 4. Sorry, I also keep confusing to level and stage.
Yeah, so you'll notice that the art's a little bit different.
Flashing lights warning. Go ahead.
Yeah, you'll notice that the art's a little bit different in this game. It's not because I magically became a better artist, it's because we worked with an artist named Jimp. And Jimp worked on, I think, probably around 15 to 20 games with me over my career in Flash. You'll probably know Jimp better now because he is one of the co-founders of Massive Monster, who created and just released Cult of the Lamb. So he's a hotshot in art and pretty much breathed a ton of life into all these games, especially towards the end of my Flash career.
Okay, so this is the little trick that I found. You're supposed to... Oops. That's okay. You're supposed to collect 3, but you only need to collect... Sorry, you're supposed to collect 4, you only need to collect 3 letters there.
Yeah,
So.
and this only works on high detail. I think this is because of pixel count. And yeah.
I did give Tasselfoot some guff for that last one, Toho. That is Ikaruga, and I have to say that to you too, John, but I will drop it after this stream and not bring it up again.
Yeah, that's my bad. I was playing Ikaruga at the time, and, you know, sometimes as game developers, we're not the most intelligent about games, and I thought Toho and Ikaruga were the same genre, but they're a little different. And so as we named that level, we goofed on that one, and we apologize profusely. Yeah, that's a really fun way to beat that level. That's not how I do it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's Cage the Elephant that I'm supposed to skip on. This is fine. Okay, so we're gonna come through here, and we're gonna immediately run back and forth, and we're gonna spam click menu into play and see if I got the skip. I did not. There we go. That's the backup strat. So you're supposed to have to do a lot more than that to get through. Basically, your jumps are deadened to some extent. You're supposed to hit it 6 times.
Yeah.
But that lets us do it a little faster than that. I only knew it up to 6 until then, but yeah, until I started doing this. But now I can go a little faster. And now I play Snake in the middle of your speedrun marathon. You want to explain the history on that one while I do the last couple levels?
Yeah, sure. So there used to be a high scoreboard in... This is the only level 3. And from the main menu, you could get to the high scoreboard, and embedded in the high scoreboard, in a little tiny area about the size of your pinky finger, there was a small version of Snake playing. And for that stage, you would have to go to the high scoreboard and go play Snake.
And that is time.
No high scoreboard.
That is time.
Sorry.
All right, that's $18 for charity, and anybody else who wants to match that death count, $18. So,
I'll match that as well.
all right. What was the time?
Your time was 14 minutes and 54 seconds.
I'll take it. Anything sub 15 feels really good here, so.
And just for the record, maths is not my strong suit, but I counted 196 deaths, actually.
One moment. The square root of that's 14, so I'll still go with the 18 that I said. All right.
All right, well, before we move on, would you all like to give your thanks and your shout-outs?
Yeah, I'm Kingfisher Games. I'm rebranding in January, so please drop a follow so you can track me through that rebrand. I have a lot of big things planned for the channel. I'll re-debut. I'm going to continue streaming into December, and then I won't be back after Christmas until January 17th, which is my birthday. It'll be great to have all of you. You can find me at Kingfisher Games on YouTube, Twitch, and Blue Sky. I go fast. I paint miniatures. I build Lego. That's kind of what you're going to see me do. Oh, and I play a bunch of other things. I'm currently working on a shiny hunting project in Pokemon ZA and across the Switch titles to get shiny forms of all the Mega Pokemon. So, yeah, that's me. Baguette?
Yeah, I might like Baguette, or for most of my social media, I like Baguette 25. Sometimes I use Piano Player 25 for songs, or like I have a Newgrounds account, but most of it's just old music. So yeah, I'm mostly active on YouTube. At I like Baguette 25, and that's pretty much it. I'm not extremely active on social media, but you can find me speedrunning or playing GD, Geometry Dash, or doing various stuff. That's
Cool.
it.
Yeah, and I'm John Cooney. You can find me. My studio is Wonderful Elephant, and we are online. Just go find Wonderful Elephant online. We launched the Elephant Collection about 2 years ago, which is what we just were playing, and we just added 3 new games to that for free. So there's a lot of fun stuff in there now. And we are working on a project called Time for Good Things, where we're trying to launch a game about every month or so. We're gonna have a little collection of 9 games coming out in December, which will be extra fun. So come join us. It's a lot of fun. We're still cooking games after all these years. So yeah, we're still around.
What you're saying is there's going to be a new Hedgehog launch.
I've been asking. Believe me, I've been asking.
There's a lot of demand for Hedgehog launch. We'll see.
Thank you again so much, John, for coming out. I've been playing your games for half my life at this point, so it's really an honor to have you on as I run one of these. So thank you.
Oh, no sweat. Yeah, I've been making games for half of my life now, so appreciate someone meeting me halfway. Always.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. We are going to go into a brief intermission, but do not go too far, folks, because although Fast-Athon is coming to the end, we still have a couple runs to go. And coming up next, we have Leia with Diddy Kong Racing, so do not go too far. We'll be back very shortly.